The United States Census data drives the allocation of hundreds of billions of dollars in federal funding each year. That includes spending on our community's healthcare infrastructure. Important, obviously, more now than ever. Joining me now from the Census Bureau is Jeff Baylor. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here today. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's start with this. Now, for the first time ever, which it blows my mind it took this long, but the Census Bureau is officially online, which is obviously a plus this year, especially with everybody home. So tell me how this works and why it's so important.
Yeah, it is really great that we have three different ways that people can self-respond in 2020. Every household across the nation, if they choose, they can go online, provide their information, available in English and 12 non-English languages. In addition, for the first time ever, every household across the nation, if they choose, can call one of our 13 toll-free telephone numbers. Again, one for each language, that English and 12 non-English languages that we support. So if you call the Portuguese number, someone who speaks Portuguese will pick up the phone, converse with you in Portuguese, answer any questions, and then collect your data. And then for those households that aren't comfortable going online or calling it in over the phone, we will mail every household across the nation a paper questionnaire, and they'll have the opportunity to fill it out and mail it back in.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In the past, if somebody was sent the census packet in the mail and didn't fill it out, or the Census Bureau didn't hear from them on the phone, then you would have folks that would go around and knock door to door. Now, obviously, COVID-19 may be putting a damper on this. How is this working?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the fourth and final way that we'll count people in 2020 is beginning in, right now it's been pushed to late May, and more than likely it will be pushed even further out. But for every household that has yet to respond by whatever point in time that is, whether it's late May or whether it's early June or even July, we will go out and hire someone in the local community to go out there and knock on the door of every address that has yet to respond. They will ask the very same questions that you can respond online. So we're telling people, please go online, call our toll-free number, or fill it out on paper and return it, so we don't have that need to send people door to door whenever that time comes.
Now, something that I guess isn't surprising, but also maybe to some folks, is that the census is only taken every 10 years. And so with something like COVID-19 going on right now, you really don't want to let it put a damper in something that will affect us for 10 years.
Exactly. And I can't think of a better time or a better reason than what the strain that's being put on our hospital and healthcare systems right now. People are asked, what can I do to help support them? One of the easiest things people can do is to fill out their census, because you're absolutely right. For the next 10 years, funding for critical things like the number of hospital beds that we have in our hospitals. Do we have enough emergency clinics and emergency personnel, vaccines, things of that nature? All those decisions will be made upon census data. And if it's less than what it truly is, you will see communities not having the services that they need. So one of the best things people can do is go online today, if they haven't, at 2020census.gov, click on the Respond Now button, and fill out their 2020 census.
Now, I want to do a little Mythbusters here. There's lots of misinformation about the census. One of them that I personally see all the time is the concern over privacy. This information is being used how and where?
Yeah, absolutely. So Title 13 is a federal law that was put in place back in 1954 that basically states the Census Bureau, we release data all the time in statistical summaries at a census tract level, at a county level, at a city level. Under this law, we can never release information at the person or household level. So local, state, federal law enforcement can never access our data at any time for any reason, which means Homeland Security and ICE can never access our data. Even the Patriot Act does not supersede Title 13. So in the 7 decades this law has been in place, Title 13 has never been breached. We have never, ever released information at the person or household level. So people need to understand the data they provide to us is confidential, it's safe, and it can never be released.
Great. So another myth you hear sometimes is that April 1st is the deadline. Obviously not. April 1st is the first day it's open. How long do folks have to complete the census once you guys are open?
Yeah, so April 1st is really the reference date of the census. So we have to take a snapshot in time. imagine that we're taking a picture of the nation, exactly what it looks like. That day we're taking the picture is April 1st. So whether you fill it out as soon as you got your form or your invitation on March 12th, as early as March 12th, or whether you fill it out July 1st, we're asking who lived at that address as of April 1st, 2020. So that's really the reference point that we need to use.
Great. And then the other thing is, obviously you said that people are going to be going door to door, not until after all of this passes. If somebody were to come to your door, what information are they looking for? Is it the same information as online? And if they were to ask you and you already filled it out online, how does that work?
Yeah, no, absolutely, great question. And one thing I want to urge with your viewers is that the public's health and safety and our employees' health and safety is of utmost importance. So we're not going to get to that point of even going into the field until we know it's safe. To local community, the health experts have told us it's okay to do. The state level experts have told us it's okay to do. But when that happens, they'll be collecting the same information that's on that paper form or when you go online. Very basic information: your name, your age and date of birth, your race and ethnicity, whether or not you're of Hispanic origin, whether you own or rent your home, your sex, and your relationship to the first person who's listed on your form. That's all we ask. It's important to note, we never ask for social security numbers. We never ask for bank account or credit card information. We never ask for money, and we never ask for anything on behalf of a political party. There's a lot of scams that occur around census time, and it's important to know what we ask, but at the same time, what we will never ask.
Great. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time. The census is so important. As you said, the information that you're collecting going to be used for 10 years. So I myself encourage everybody to fill out the census, and we thank you for taking the time. If folks wanted to get more information, where can they do that?
They could please go to www.2020census.gov. There's a link right there to fill out your form right away. We have videos and language guides in a total of 59 languages. If you want to watch someone fill it out, and let's say Urdu, you click on the Urdu link and you can watch a video, an 8-minute video of someone filling out the form. Great.
I might do that just for fun.
Yeah. Not bad.
Thanks so much, Jeff. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.